I was about 16 or 17 years old when everything that I thought I knew about love and relationships was completely shattered. So, I am the daughter of a preacher. I grew up surrounded by preachers. And when I was younger, I was very blessed to have parents that were married. By the time I reached that age of 16, 17, my parents would have been married for about 20 years. And most of the people that I knew also had married parents, and especially in the church. So I never had these issues when I was younger about couples being in broken relationships because that's not what I saw. But of course, 16 years old, 17 maybe, the world came crashing down on me. And all of a sudden, because I was a preacher's kid, because I was surrounded by preachers all the time and I would hear the things that they would talk about, I started to hear all these stories about Christian couples who seemingly had everything put together, couples who had watched over me, couples who had given me advice as I was starting dating. All of a sudden, I was hearing these stories that they were getting a divorce. I was hearing these stories about one couple cheating on the other. I was hearing stories about financial abuse and verbal abuse, and I didn't realize it at the time, but for a while, it shattered my idea about relationships. I became so jaded. I didn't want to let anyone get close to me. I didn't want to be vulnerable with anyone because I didn't want to end up in the mess that I saw some of these couples ending up in. So, flash forward about a decade or so later, and now I'm seeing a lot of the same thing on my social media feeds, in the news, in church. I'm hearing about prominent couples that seem to have everything together all of a sudden getting divorces or one partner cheating on the other. And I wanted to take some time to address why that happens. The reason why you see so many broken relationships is because oftentimes the people who are involved in them are broken as well. And it happens all too often that you find someone who is dealing with a lot of pain from past relationships, or they're dealing with low self-esteem, low self-worth, and they think that the answer lies in another person. They think that if they can just find another partner, someone who will love them and care for them, that all of their problems will be gone. And what happens is like attracts like. So if you're dealing with low self-esteem, low self-worth, if you're dealing with all of this past hurt that you haven't healed from, you will constantly attract partners who have the exact same issues. And it will seem like everything is going fine at first, that the two of you are healing each other, that the two of you just relate to each other so well. But what ends up happening is at some point, the brokenness not only shows back up again, but it becomes magnified, because a relationship between two broken people cannot be blessed. So what you will end up seeing is these people who are dealing with low self-esteem, low self-worth, who haven't fully realized the awesome person that God has made them to be. They will find themselves in situations where the marriage ends because one person got all caught up in work and getting promoted and everything, because their job, their career, their boss spoke to the kid in them who felt like they were nothing, and all of a sudden they're getting all this attention at work, so they pour their heart into it in hopes of filling this void that they never healed. Or one couple will cheat on the other couple because they've had all of these negative thoughts about not being able to get a date back in high school or back in college, and someone comes along who will exploit that. The fact is, if you are broken, until you heal that brokenness, all you will do is attract more and more brokenness into your life. You will see it in your relationships with both partners, you will see it in relationships with family, with friends, you will see it in your finances. But until you learn to heal that brokenness, you cannot enter into a blessed relationship with another person, because you will attract someone who is also broken, and the two of you will not be able to be abundant because you haven't healed from that past hurt. And I'm not saying that if you're already in a relationship like that, it's too late, because of course you can do that work now. But how much easier is it to work on that in your single season? Because that's one of the things, as much as the church teaches us about the benefits of marriage, the blessings of marriage, and how great it is, and how it's worth the wait, one of the things that the church does not do a very great job of teaching us is the fact that there's more to becoming a wife or becoming a husband than proposing or getting the ring. That so much work has to be done on yourself before you even get to that part. And I want you to know that if you are dealing with a lot of past toxic relationships, if you've had a lot of things not go so well in your love life, if you're dealing with low self-worth right now, that is not the end of the world. That you can come through on the other side, become that cherished woman who attracts a great and godly man. But you need to do the work first. Because if you don't learn how to heal from that brokenness, then all you will do is bring a mess into something that God wanted to bless for you. So if you would like my help with learning how to heal from that brokenness, is part of my Cherish method, is one of the things that we cover when you and I work together in the first step of the Cherish method, which is cleanse. And I would love to come alongside you and help you with that and show you how to heal that brokenness, and then how to go on from there and become the type of woman who attracts a godly man. So feel free to message me right now. If you're watching this video, it is January and I have about 4 spots open for women to work with right now. But I just wanted to give you something to think about today, that if you have started 2019 in hopes of finally finding that partner and securing the ring and becoming the wife that you've been dreaming of becoming, that it starts as an inside job first. So I will talk to you guys later. Be blessed.